Welcome, everyone. Today we are going to explain a romantic drama movie named An Affair. If you like the explanation, please do like the video and make sure to subscribe to the channel. The movie begins by introducing us to Anita. Anita is in her mid-40s and lives in a beautiful modern home with her husband, Hassa. Anita has started a new job at a school. She goes to her school where she has joined as a temporary sports teacher. Students are waiting for her, and Anita apologizes for being late. This is her first class, and she introduces herself to everyone, and all the students also tell her their names. Later that night, Anita is with her husband, Hassa, and she asks him how many days he'll be going away. Hassa tells her it's for 7 days. After a while, they both go to sleep. The next morning, Anita is taking a shower when suddenly, her doorbell rings. She goes outside to check and finds flowers placed at the door, but there is no one there. Sometime later, Anita is coaching the kids at school, and Marcus says to her, "You look nice." Hearing this, Anita feels a bit strange. After the training, Anita is with another teacher when she sees Marcus brutally beating up a boy. They manage to separate them, and Anita takes Marcus for first aid. Anita checks Marcus to make sure he hasn't been hurt. Marcus says he's okay. While they are talking, a moment is created between them, and Marcus gets closer to Anita. They start kissing each other, but in the midst of this, someone arrives, causing Marcus to leave abruptly. A while later, Anita is checking Marcus's Instagram and sends him a message, telling him to forget about what happened earlier today and that it shouldn't have happened. From there, Marcus sends her a reply, sending a photo of his private parts, which makes Anita burst into laughter. Anita finds Marcus's actions endearing. She arrives home and sees that there are fresh flowers on the table. While they are in bed, she asks her husband where the flowers came from, and Hassa tells her that he found them outside the door. Hassa is surprised to wonder who sent them. The next morning, Anita calls Marcus's parents to the school due to the recent fight Marcus had at school. When they arrive, we come to know that Marcus's mom and Anita already know each other. They used to train together in the gymnastics class. They start talking about Marcus's behavior, and in the midst of this, Marcus expresses his guilt for the act he did. He mentions that he is against violence and that fighting doesn't achieve anything. Upon hearing this, Marcus's parents are impressed, but Anita informs them that the school has a strict policy against such behavior. In the meantime, Marcus begins to touch Anita with his feet under the table. Anita explains that the school has decided that Marcus cannot go on the Berlin trip. She acknowledges that she knows how important it is for him, but this will be his punishment. Marcus's parents are not pleased with this decision, but Anita tells them she can't do anything about it. Marcus is still touching Anita, which makes her aroused. Anita suddenly stands up, and after that, they all leave from there. At night, Anita sits in her car to go home, and Marcus also comes and sits in the car. Marcus starts touching Anita, which triggers her feelings. Anita starts to enjoy being with Marcus, and they both become intimate. After this scene, Anita is at her home, and she imagines being intimate with Marcus even while lying in bed. The next morning, she messages Marcus, saying that she had a great time last night, and asks if they can meet again tonight. Marcus responds that he has a match tonight and won't be able to meet. Then, Anita checks Marcus's Instagram, where she sees a picture of Marcus with another girl. This makes Anita upset. Marcus's mom had invited Anita to their house, so Anita went to Marcus's house the next day. There, she meets some other women whom Marcus's mom introduces to Anita. While they are all talking, Marcus arrives at the house. Marcus comes after his match, and he informs everyone that he is going to take a shower. After a while, Anita makes an excuse to go to the bathroom, and she goes to the same place where Marcus is taking a shower. Anita starts to seduce Marcus, and they become intimate in the bathroom. The next morning, Anita is exercising with Hassa, but she is also chatting with Marcus on her phone. Even after returning home, Anita continues chatting with Marcus, which her husband notices. Sometime later, when Anita goes to school, she learns that Marcus is unwell and hasn't come to school. The next day, Anita and Hassa go to his relative's house for a family dinner, but Anita is still chatting with Marcus. Anita calls Marcus to check on his health, but Marcus doesn't answer the phone. Anita, worried about Marcus, takes her car and goes to his house to see him. Anita tells Marcus's mom that she came to see him because she heard he was unwell. However, Marcus's mom informs Anita that Marcus is perfectly fine and has gone to game practice. Anita is a bit shocked as to why Marcus lied to her about his condition. Anita goes to the stadium to meet Marcus, but he's not there. She looks for him and eventually finds him at a shop with his friends. Anita calls Marcus to her car and asks him if he's dating Mina, to which Marcus responds that yes, he likes her. Anita becomes sad upon hearing this and doesn't want to share her feelings with Marcus about his love for him. After talking for a while, Marcus leaves, and Anita returns to her husband, Hassa, who is watching a musical show. Anita starts imagining Marcus romancing with her in the car and tears fill her eyes. Seeing all this, Hassa also becomes suspicious of Anita, but he doesn't say anything. The next day, during training at school, Anita starts feeling jealous when she sees Mina. She goes to the changing room and begins trying to unlock Mina's phone. Finally, she manages to unlock it and uploads Mina's private photos to Facebook before quietly leaving the scene. After a while, Anita goes to Mina and asks her what happened. Mina reveals that someone has uploaded her explicit photos on Facebook, and those photos were taken by Marcus. Anita tells Mina that she thinks Marcus might not be the right guy for her, even though Mina is a good girl. The next day, Anita meets Marcus's mom and also tells her that Mina is not a good girl and that Marcus should stay away from her. Anita sends several messages to Marcus, but he doesn't respond, which makes her angry, so she goes to meet him. When Marcus sees Anita following him, he refuses to let her follow him. Anita then tells Marcus that she is pregnant and that she is going to be the mother of his child. Hearing this news shocks Marcus. Anita takes Marcus in her car and shows him the ultrasound of the baby. Hearing this, Marcus becomes anxious and starts crying. Anita reassures him, saying that they will figure something out together. Anita is intoxicated with the joyous smell of Marcus's body, and she starts seducing Marcus. However, despite Marcus not wanting to, Anita jumps on top of Marcus and starts seducing Marcus. Anita is in love with Marcus. The next day, when Anita returns home after her walk, she finds a copy of the ultrasound on the table. Upon seeing it, she realizes that her husband knows everything, and she is in shock. Just then, the doorbell rings, and when she goes to answer it, she sees Marcus's mom has come to meet her. She had read all of Anita's messages that she had written to Marcus. She becomes angry with Anita and tells her to stay away from her son. She warns Anita that if she goes near him, she will kill her. Anita starts crying and runs away from there. At night, she goes to a hotel, books a room, and stays there. The next morning, when she returns home, Hasi doesn't open the door for her. She picks up her bag from outside and leaves. Then, she goes to school where everyone knows about the situation, and she is fired from her job as a teacher. All those people asked Anita to explain everything. Anita said that all this should not have happened, but I don't have any answer for this. In the meantime, she sees Haas's car outside and goes out. Marcus comes out of Haas's car, and Hassa leaves without speaking to his wife. Marcus says, "I didn't know things would get this messed up. Your husband was a good man, but now you'll have to find someone else with whom you can start a family. You're a good girl." Marcus wishes Anita good luck and leaves. After this, Anita is sitting alone in a park, feeling sad, and this is where the movie ends. Friends, how did you like this movie? Please let us know in the comment section, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the